Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey, welcome back to Daily Dose Radio. This is your home for fresh Bible study. Now, I say that every week. I use the words like artisanal and fresh and organic and responsibly handled. I haven't used that one in a while. But just imagine with me for a moment, you're walking into your favorite bakery and you smell that fresh bread and you see the donuts behind the glass and the bagels and the muffins. That's what Daily Dose Radio is like. It's like that bakery that you love to go into, and you get that burst of freshness as soon as you walk in because the smell of that freshly baked bread, and you know it's freshly baked because of the smell that it emanates. Well, this is Daily Dose Radio. This is your freshly baked Bible study. And when you walk in here, ladies and gentlemen, I guarantee that you're going to have the freshest, the most tasty Bible study in 5 minutes that you'll have anywhere else on the internet. And I hope you'll join us every single day. Now, we've been in Psalm 119. If you're just joining us, you're in a good place because jump right in. Psalm 119 is wonderful, and every week it's a different section. So we're doing today this is the 6th section, the Vav section, or division. 8 verses this week, just like every week while we're studying through Psalm 119. And we're going to begin today with verse 41, and by the end of the week, we'll be down through verse 48. So verse 41, "Then your mercy will come to me, O Lord, your salvation according to your word." Now let me just explain a little bit about the key letter here, Vav. Remember that Psalm 119 is an acrostic. So in the Hebrew alphabet, letter number 6 is this little letter Vav, and usually the letter Vav is written as a conjunction. There are a few words that begin with the letter Vav, but very few. Mostly that's used in the language as a conjunction, which means it's translated and, or but, so, or then. And then there are some other occasions when it's translated other things. But it's always driven by context. And so here, in this passage, we have the letter Vav beginning every line of the 8 lines of text, and it's always the conjunction, and so it's driven by context, but the context here is, it's not like a narrative. This is poetry, so there's really not a context necessarily to depend upon to help you with the translation of the Vav at the beginning of each line. So what I've done is, and you'll notice this as we go through, I've used then and so as the translation for the letter Vav in my translation. And I'm reading my translation to you. But remember again that this is my translation. This is the Smithicus Absurdium. It's not for public consumption. I just translate it so that you can have something to compare your translation with. So if you enjoy reading the Revised Version, the Authorized Version, the English Standard Version, New American Standard, whatever it is you use, just compare it to what I've done. And you'll find some mistakes as you read your version. You're going to say, well, that's not read like what I've got, but I'm just doing it to help us with understanding. So your mercy will come to me, O Lord, your salvation according to your word. Remember that Psalm 119 is all about that thing, according to your words. We have the grand theme of Psalm 119 right here in the first verse of the 6th division, according to your word. And our theme word this week is going to be the word love. Now, we don't find love until we get down to the last 2 verses of this division, of this section. So we'll have it then, and we're going to watch as several of the verbs leading up to the last 2 verses we're going to use those as stepping stones to lead us into this idea of loving the commandments. So we'll see actually the first 2 of those verbs tomorrow when we read verses 42 and 43. So I hope you'll join me then as we study God's Word this week in Psalm 119 on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.